The views and opinions in this video and comments to this channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of this channel's broadcaster. If you have a complaint about something or find the content is being used incorrectly, please don't contact the broadcaster.
This is Balaclava Diaries. We're toxic, we're talking aggressive. If you don't like it, send a message. We're weed stimulated, educated, top rated, and never baited. I am the OG MacG. To the far left, we got Mr. Let's Party. Big up the place. This guy's all over the city getting interviews with people on the road. You don't know.
Shout out to the Ravens getting that dub over Denver today.
You know what I mean? 41-10. Fucking Ravens. Anyway, big up Lamar Jackson. Sniper gang, you know what it is. Today we have... It's just been an interesting week, you know? We had the White Yachty clip. It blew up. We're at like something crazy, 52K or something. We're going crazy right now. But we've just been graced with, you know, all these beautiful guests. And you could be a stranger to this girl. You could not. She has amazing tits. She's all over online. Blue eyes, blonde hair, you know, got the game on smash. You've worked with probably a good amount of the industry right now, you'd say, yeah?
Yeah, I've worked with, I can say that I have, like, there may be two people that I, like, wanted to work with that I didn't work with, but other than that,
Cleared the table.
yeah.
Okay. So let's give it up for Aria 6. You don't know how the thing's set up. Big it up, big it up, big it up, big it up, big it up. All right. Porn's a weird industry. You know, there's a lot of weird things that happen behind the scenes and stuff like that when you're dealing with different types of personalities, you know? Because, like, the sex might be the same, but the person you might, you know, be working with is a weirdo or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of weird stories. So is the porn industry a safe place?
No.
No.
It has gotten a lot safer, 100%. The companies are a lot better. The checklists of, like, what you have to go through on set, well, the big companies at least. But I haven't actually done any mainstream. I've just worked with all the mainstream people because I wanted full control of my content.
Okay.
So you're independent? Dope, that's dope.
You're independent, but have you done any, like, mainstream work, you would say?
No, I've been like Brazzers, a bunch of companies, Brazzers and Reality Kings, and like the biggest, and then also like a ton of little companies have hit me up to work with them and do scenes and whatnot. I just never felt like I wanted to take that step. I want to be able to take my content down when I'm like done. So
Okay.
Okay, you don't want nobody to own your name and shit.
With that being said, like, what's life outside of work? Because it seems like you have an exit. It seems like you want to be able to separate this at some point. So what is life outside of work?
it's fun. It's mainly work, like related, but otherwise, I just want to have that freedom to, at the end of the day, like that I can take it all away, kind of. Like, yes, there will be leaked videos on the left on the web or whatever, but I won't be like a. I don't know. I guess I've like made a little bit of a name for myself, but I'm not like the next like Angela White or like something like that.
Okay.
Right?
Angela White, wow.
What are some
Yeah.
things you like to do for fun
Really?
outside of work?
That's one of the people that I haven't got to work with.
Yeah, but I am hopeful still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some things you do outside of work? Like, you said you keep it very, you know, cash, but like, what are some specific?
What's a cash thing for you? Yeah.
I like to stay home and sleep and hang out with my dog. Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah?
What shows you watching on Netflix? Because you know you said you're at home.
I'm watching From right now.
I've never heard of that. What's that?
From? It's kind of like a scary show.
Okay.
It's a scary
season.
show.
Spooky season.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons. I think it's on Paramount.
Oh, okay. Not Netflix, but Paramount. That's what you're into right now. You're into like spooky stuff.
Honestly, I'm not really into the spooky things still.
No?
I'm not into duppies. I'm not.
I feel like it's just leaves spirit. I'm into spirits, you know. I'm a spiritual guy. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. My dick won't get hard if we're not connected spiritually on some level. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like you get a vibe off those things after you watch it. You know what I'm saying? You're like locking.
Yeah,
in.
you have to be careful the
different,
way
like-
like I am very like spiritually aware.
Like I
Right.
I would never like fuck with that shit, and like there's to a point where I can't, like, I'm not gonna watch them every day.
Spiritually aware. Let's dive into that a little bit because, like,
Like I go
I'm gonna be
over-
honest with you. When people think porn star, they think all you guys do is wake up in the morning with a dick in your mouth, go to bed with a dick.
in your
Oh
mouth.
my god! Wait till you hear this shit. I went to Dominican to get my body done. I got a BBL and a tummy tuck at the same time. A BBL is like one of the
Painful.
most
That's like a lot
dangerous.
of.
Yeah,
It
crazy
actually wasn't
shit.
that painful.
I don't
No?
know, whatever.
I have a really high pain tolerance.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, soldier. Soldier here.
I was really scared. BBL is one of the most dangerous surgeries that you can get for like cosmetic surgery.
Right.
And I'm doing it in Dominican. I don't speak any Spanish. I hired a girl from New York to go with me that like advised me on all this stuff. She's a surgery blogger. I did my research for like 10 years, but I was still very, very nervous.
So
So
you're in Dominican with someone you don't know, and just yourself not speaking Spanish.
yeah.
No, she
With
knows
a
her
whole
from
bunch of
social
money, and
media.
I'm about to get drugged and put on a table and cut up. And
You sure you still have your spleen?
so I was very, very scared. My family is like involved with the church, so I told my mom like put me on the prayer list. Everyone pray like
Okay, okay,
we're-
okay.
So
We're
hold
good
on,
to
your
go.
mom's is she like in the church heavy? Like,
yeah.
okay, okay.
And so my stepdad runs 12-step programs in the prisons, in the Ontario
Wow,
prisons.
that's dope.
Yeah.
I woke up out of surgery, out of like anesthesia or whatever, and I don't know if I was high or what. Obviously, I was high.
Right.
I woke up being like, oh, I know my purpose of my life now is to bring like people like me towards the Lord.
So under your anesthesia, you're like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm the new TD Jakes. I'm gonna take over the place.
So when
Benny
I,
Hinn.
So when I like, obviously, like, okay, I'm not in pain anymore. I wake up again. I'm not under anesthesia anymore. I'm like, honestly, I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. But what I am going to do is continue to grow my platforms so that one day, if I decide to take a turn towards a different angle, I will still have the same audience.
Is this a plan?
it might be.
Are you gonna be a pastor?
No, hold on. Is it
It might
secretly?
be.
Is this? Are we the first ones to kind of get the?
We're gonna inside scoop. What's next?
But you know
No.
what they say? The last step of hustling is preaching. So, to me, you guys are the ultimate hustlers. Like,
Well,
you
that's-
know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, you know, you're out there hustling, doing the work, getting the money, doing the work, getting the money, and it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of hustlers, like, look at Project Pat. Project
I've
Pat
been
just turned
in
into
the
a pastor.
industry
For like 10 years, and I feel like I've graduated
decade.
every step.
So now you're gonna elevate to the final level,
Which is becoming a preacher.
Preacher and having a mega church. Okay.
a mega church.
Mega church, and you're gonna have your
a mega church of hosts. Yeah.
Allegedly. Oh my God, that's.
Yeah.
Let's.
Is there any person in the industry? You said there's 2 people in the industry that you want to work with that you haven't worked with. Who are those people?
Kieran Lee, and he's a producer for Brazzers, and he's like one of the biggest, like, he's been in I don't know, for probably like over 15 years.
Wow.
And we've set it up a bunch of times and it just hasn't worked out. So yeah, that Angela White.
And
That's-
Angela White.
Yeah,
Why Angela White?
because she's like me but with dark hair, and she's like the biggest, and yeah, she's just like everything done.
So is she like?
She's the goat.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like the way you're
Yeah.
describing her, like yo, she's like the Michael Jordan of the
Yeah.
shit. Like
Yeah, of like my body type and like looks like me and like.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's the goal. Okay, so
2 years ago, she was the goat of the industry. Like she won
Yeah.
all the ABNs, like every single category.
We gotta get into the AVNs, yo. The AVNs is a good place to be, man. It's a good fun weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, eh? Explain to us the AVNs.
It was
Fun, but it was really scary because like you go, everyone's gonna be there, so you're gonna go and work with a bunch of people. Second day in or third day in, you hear that there was a 20-person orgy on like the second day, and the producer didn't check everyone's results. Someone popped the next day for gonorrhea. And those people have
Okay.
everyone's in the same place. Everyone has the same idea.
So-
We're gonna get as much content as possible. So like 3 scenes a day with different people. So after that, I was
crazy.
like, cool, I'm just not gonna fuck anyone.
Yo, okay,
Yeah.
so
That's
this is
nuts.
crazy because we were gonna ask that, like, you know, being in the industry and you know that being an issue, obviously, like, you know, there's horror stories like what you just told us. Have you heard about this Gucci third leg guy?
I worked with him.
no.
You worked with
Way.
Gucci. Explain to us the whole like thing, because everybody has their whole thing, but you being in the industry probably know it little bit better. What exactly happened?
So, okay. I don't know what happened between like him and the girl.
No. Story of
Apparently, I've heard that she sat on that. Like she got it 2 years ago or something like that from him, and she sat on that for 2 years and then decided that she was going to use it for her 5 minutes of fame. Or that she was. Sorry, I'm not meaning to trauma shame, but like that she was finally ready to talk about it. I don't know.
She held on to the information.
I don't know, but in the industry, like the secret to the industry and viralness or whatever is to like use your like bad moments, because good moments are so much more hard to go viral than bad moments.
That's fair. That's in any industry, any moment in life, pretty much.
When I
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
When I got canceled,
You got canceled.
the amount of money
Hold
that I
on.
made from that.
Hold up. You got
on,
canceled.
We're
too?
not going there. We're not going there. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to turn the show into that.
Okay. She was lying, is what you're saying. Or she's telling the truth, but she just waited
I don't know.
for the opportune moment.
I don't know.
It's-
So
she
I
was
don't know what
holding
happened
onto her
between them
truth.
two, is what I'm saying.
Right. Nobody knows. No one was there.
it's
That
like
day.
Yeah. So I worked with him, and in a content house, we did an orgy with like 7 people, 3 guys and 4 girls,
Okay.
and everything was cool. Then I did a threesome with him, and everything was cool. That video ended up going viral, super viral, and I look like shit.
Hey,
I didn't
man.
know it
it
was.
was gonna be a video. I didn't have any makeup on.
3000 and have a straight face the whole time. Something's gonna mash up. Like
No.
eye waters running, all types
What
of
do you-
madness.
No, it was because it was after the orgy, so I had taken my makeup off, I had taken my hair off. We were playing cup pong, and then
It just
Turned into
Then-
a
my
threesome.
girl was like, he was like, "Okay, if you miss this, you have to suck my dick," and she was like, and they were taking behind the scenes, so then she just came over and started sucking his dick. I was sitting in a chair like this, and she did it in front of me, so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to join, like, and then I didn't know they were.
as you
the whole
should,
time.
as you
Whole
should.
things.
So you can't talk nothing about the canceling.
About him, okay, but I've been tested for HSV since then, both types, and I know at least my girlfriend has too,
All right.
and we're negative. If
You
Good to
don't.
go.
like, it's not as passable as like people make it seem. Yes, it's possible even if you don't have a sore to pass it and whatnot. But at the end of the day, also is in porn, it's not that big of a deal as long as you do not come to work with a sore.
He's not gonna stop shooting content, basically.
He might, but he's made well over $1 million off of this shit. Like the man's been on multiple MTV shows, Zeus Network, in Black Panther movie.
Oh,
No
shit.
way. He was on Marvel?
Why in the black movie does everybody get a role? If you have any type of notoriety, you're getting into Black Panther. I'm gonna be in the next Black Panther. Watch my mask on. Talk about this is OG MacG with the voices shit.
He really, I don't think, like being canceled, like, does kind of like freak you out or whatever. But I bet, like, he really doesn't care that much. He's been one of the biggest for a long time in OnlyFans, at least in the States. So that doesn't do mainstream, at least.
Jeez.
But yeah, if you have that stuff, you're supposed to take antivirals. Definitely don't come to work or have sex with anyone if you have an outbreak.
Right.
And then it brings it down to something like 1% or less than 1%
Chance.
of passing it.
Of passing.
If you
So,
do that.
in the industry, is like because you kind of hinted at it, like, is gonorrhea like a normalized thing? Is it like very common with
You
the
don't get it a lot because everyone gets tested and is like, if you work with professional people and you work only within the timelines, like you get tested every 2 weeks, you only go to certain companies so that you can't fake tests and whatever. You show each other a QR code and whatnot. The chances like is really low as long as you're not like doing irresponsible shit, right? So
Like Mr. Marcus was the next guy who like he passed syphilis to like over 50 people or something crazy.
That's fucked.
syphilis apparently was making a comeback in the UK. Like
UK's dirty though.
A year
UK
ago or
is
something.
well nasty.
They have a bigger window
oof,
too. They have once a month testing.
They
instead of 2
have
weeks.
some real different kinks out there. It's just I think that's where all the kinks start. And they slowly migrate
In Europe,
to the
in Europe.
rest of
They all
the
start in
world.
Europe. They all
Not
of them
just
start in
Europe.
Europe. No, in Europe, in general.
England, fam.
No,
That's
all
where
of them
the
start in
mass
Europe.
thing started. BDSM, all of that started over.
I
That's
will
all.
tell you, the weird one, the ones that like the weird
British.
stuff are old
British.
men.
Exactly. Or India. Indian man is well dirty. You stay there. The Sri Lankans, yeah. So, anyway, no. Like, this is a show about the truth, fam. Thing even more now. Because they're like, yes, we do that pump home. Yeah, run it. Kind of out of character there. So, we ask this to all of the, adult stars that come on this show. What do your friends and family think about this based on, the spirituality and all that? It's like, is it a...
Like, is it a
They
scrap?
probably wish that I did something else with my life, but they're always gonna love me no matter what. So
True.
yeah,
That's deep stuff.
my dad is the one that hates it the most, but still, I thought I was gonna get written out of the will, and
You're still in it.
Still in the will.
I'm
You're doing
still
your
in
thing.
it. He's still
You're doing your thing, baby girl.
Yeah, yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
They still love you. You know what I mean? Even after they
I
go, they
see-
go
I
on
see-
people.
Seen him yesterday, actually.
Your dad's like, I know my baby girl, and eventually she's gonna turn her Instagram page into one that's of spirituality.
Yo, she just said it, fam.
righteousness.
He's gonna be
Oh my
Pastor
God.
6, mega church
Pastor
with the
Six.
hose. Mega church with the hose, you know?
Okay, so what's your job title and description?
I'm a content creator,
Okay.
and I make content for various platforms to entertain people. But I don't know. I when someone asks me, depending on the person, I'll say I do OnlyFans, and then that just sums it up. If someone that I don't want to get into it with asks me, I say I'm either a makeup artist or Okay. I don't know.
Why do the women in Toronto always gotta lie to us? Like, just tell us the truth.
No, it's not. It's not guys. It's like my massage therapist or my physiotherapist.
Physiotherapist.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, or my hairdresser or whatever, and I'm like, I just don't want to ask.
Do you have,
Does the
Answer all these
opposite ever
questions.
happen where you feel like you're getting judged because they're like, she looks like a porn star or whatever? Like, do you get that too?
I don't pay attention to other people. I'm in my like own little bubble.
Okay.
I have really bad social anxiety, and then I learned to tune it out by just like not making any like eye contact with anyone that I
Hold
don't
up.
want to.
Your job and your like they are
Oh,
not
it's
like
crazy.
So, like,
the
how does
amount
that
of
function?
people, the amount of people in the sex industry that have really bad anxiety in one way or another is like 80%.
I would have never
Like
guessed
70
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like okay, so then how do you combat that with like obviously like you're doing scenes and stuff, like you're meeting different people, like what is your trick to like overcome this social anxiety that you have?
When we're naked and fucking, it just goes away.
So you're just like taken back and you're just enjoying yourself.
It's drugs,
You go off-
dog.
you
The
go on this
dopamine
different
takes
person.
over.
It is-
The
I don't
dopamine takes
know what
over.
it.
What it is, but I've literally like gone to the grocery store with a male co-star who is like a guy who has been on Blacked. You know what Blacked is?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're there and someone like recognizes him and he's like kind of hiding behind me and like nudging me to answer her instead. Like, so it's, yeah, I don't.
The guys are always more shy in porn. I was talking to Jesse about that a little bit earlier, and I was like, the guys are always more like scared to like be outside or.
They're not the average guy, I would tell you that. They're like the big porn stars, is they're
Weirdos.
a little bit.
You gotta be.
Yo, well like
The whole world is weirdos, but they're just sex weirdos. You know, I'm a weirdo for different reasons. You're, and
I'm
to
an
each their
interesting
own. Do you get what I'm saying? So everybody has a little bit of weird in them. You know what I mean? So I just think you guys are a little more brave than everybody else. I just want to touch on that. You know, the bravery it takes to like,
No, I know.
bust your pussy wide open on
someone that you
camera.
Don't know. Like, just Matt. Like, the only reason I know your last name is because we did paperwork.
Gee.
When I discovered
yeah, how does it go?
that I could just like hit up the biggest, and the biggest love it. Like, they love like being like, oh, I discovered this girl. Like, I was the first one there. And they'll just be like, yeah. And a lot of times they'll like offer to fly you out or like whatever if you go and stay with them. Porn guys are like I don't know, it's a long story. They love bomb, but they I don't know.
Hold on, wait.
You gotta.
I don't want to get into it.
There needs to be some words with the
So hold on. I have to fix my mic. Mans are coming at you on a porno basis, but trying to make it a relationship.
No, but it's like there's a lot of like flirting
Right.
especially if you're like new in the industry. If you're not like aware that like the reason this is happening is so that you are going to be comfortable when you shoot with them,
Right.
not because they have a genuine interest in this random girl when they get like 5 random girls a day, every day, 365. A lot of girls get really upset, and then that's when like they end up having almost all of the like big porn guys have been canceled at one point or like 5. Yeah.
Because they quote unquote love bombed a girl and she didn't
They love
recognize.
bomb-
Fam, you
Or
came
like
with the game the wrong
something.
way. You should have just said, skin your crotches. We'll get it on tape, and I'm out. And I'll send you the fucking my app when we post it, and we'll go platinum. If you came on it like that, you think this girl's gonna be like,
But
They like it. They're the biggest divas. They love.
they want the
Their
like
ego
so
stroked, yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
So let's tap into that for a second. Like, do you think it's like every one of them has like a story where like their mama didn't love them or something?
Like, is it?
I don't know. Well, everyone's the way they are for a reason.
Right.
Like, I mean, I don't judge no one.
But in your experience, like,
No, but like, have you noticed something where a guy was just like
never-
clingy off the bat? Like, we just met, you gave him the the crotches, and then
Not in porn. They're like a very like talented Toronto man.
wow. Hold on. So why are you dealing with us like that? Why are you dealing with us like that? Why are you dealing with us like that?
With the biggest of dicks. Like
this girl said the talented Toronto man. Okay.
Talented.
they sit there and talk to girls all day long. That is their job though. Like
So they're super. They just got the game. They got the lyrics. They already know what they're gonna say
Yeah.
to the chick and shit.
yeah.
And they just make them feel comfortable. Oh my gosh. Why?
How did you said it, not me.
I didn't say it. You actually said it. I just repeated it actually.
Talented Toronto man. That's crazy.
Yeah, you like that one?
I do like that one. Do you
I was an MVP 5 years running back in '86. I was, I was slapping it down. There's probably a couple of you watching right now. I'm your dad, and I don't even know. They used to call me Cream Pie Kenny. You know what I'm saying? And I used to get busy with it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the '80s, it was just Bush and love. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it was. That's interesting to know that the girls act like business and the guys act like divas.
Girls don't. When you're new in the industry, a lot of girls like fall for it, and then that's when they get either
Wise to the game.
someone gets their feelings hurt and something goes wrong online, or they learn and
They realize it's a
Yeah.
way to make it not awkward or not like.
Yeah.
How else would someone else approach it? Like, because if you message someone,
well,
and you're
exactly.
like,
I understand it is because you want to be comfortable. You want there to be a at least some kind of.
I think all
connection.
women like to be love bombed.
Well, you want.
I think every woman wants to hear the right thing. They want to feel the right thing. They want to be put in the
we
right
know this,
situation. They want the candles on. They want the fucking essence. They want you to spray the bed with the big dick cologne. They want it all, yo. They want it all. Yo, sex for women is a lot about angles. You don't have to be the biggest
it's-
nigga, but you
it's-
got to be knowing what your angles are. You got to hit the A, the D, and the B spot. You know what I'm saying? And after that, a girl will look at you different. But these guys are doing the reverse. They say it's pussy power, but it's really dick power. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
It's a lot to take with a lot of these guys, unless you're like a professional and doing with them, like all the time. You have to be like into it. And to get into it, how do you get into it? You get mentally, like, if there's some kind of connection, you've been flirting and whatever, like, obviously, it's going to go better than, like, just, like, slap some lube on it and let's
Try and shove this fist up there.
When you fly out now, what's like the average, like how, like take me through the whole, I fly out for a shoot, the whole, from you land.
you sent the DM. He's like, all right, I'm gonna fly you out.
Oh, like that.
Tickets in your email.
Yeah.
Well, so what I was from the very beginning is like I'll go and I'll work with multiple people. So I'll like set up. I'll be like, okay, I want to do like 2 or 3 different people this
So
time.
one man flies you out, but you're getting your.
No. I don't want to feel like I owe anyone anything.
Okay.
I don't want.
If you're weird and I want to leave, like anytime I want to leave, I
Can
pay.
leave, yeah.
I pay for my own. own way, and I'll meet you there, and like we can split an Airbnb if I know you. Like if we worked before, I'll stay with them. But yeah, so I'll be like, hey, I'm coming in the city, these days, these dates, and I hit up who I want to work with, and we put it into a schedule.
So this is like you got it like a business operation, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the Thursday break here and there, lunch.
When
and
I
then
went
bang.
to LA once, I think I did like a week, and I stayed. I didn't get a hotel till the very last night because I was just like so tired. I was like, I don't want to deal with anyone. But I did one collab each day, and I stayed at their place each night.
So did that end up being more than one collab? It seems like because one
Sometimes you did
collab
four.
and then a free collab.
Seven people in 7 days, I mean, a few of them. My secret is I really like threesomes, so it also like especially one of these guys who like again they're not. It's a lot to take.
If you have someone to share it, that
Sharing
makes
is
it better.
caring.
Yes.
That's the OnlyFans slogan. Sharing is caring.
Like you can tell like when another girl's like dying, and you're like, okay,
Okay.
You get your tax.
Speaking about a lot to take, you often, are often performing for other people, and we know that's taxing. So we thought we would have somebody come in and perform for you. So me and Let's are gonna exit stage left.
Right here.
You move to the center of the
Is that like a first for you on a podcast?
that's the first for me ever.
Really?
Mhm.
No way.
on the balaclavas.
Wow.
We think of everything. We try to make sure you feel great. We're glad that we were able to give you your first experience of a dance from a
I'm
male
pretty
performer.
impressed that you guys gave me a first.
Hi, Air 5 bro. Air 5 bro. Yeah.
Okay.
We're live right now.
I'm glad.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy that a man never did that for you. They just fucking send you the hood and that's it. That's it.
What's sad?
Never give you like a little,
They don't care that much?
build up or nothing.
Not in that way.
No, I don't think I've,
Artistic.
I've never seen a guy wear those type of underwear like in front of me before.
Okay.
So that was the first too.
Nice. We're glad we can give you a lot of firsts today,
Yeah.
We're really proud of ourselves, like it's something that we really thought about it. We took some time and effort in putting this together for you to make sure that you had this moment. Like,
Okay, so question.
yeah, for sure.
I thought it's supposed to be the 3 balaclavas.
do I get one?
Ooh, if you want, we'll mail you some merch. We'll mail you some merch for sure.
We'll get you
for
some
sure.
merch.
Just leave us your information. We'll get you some.
We'll get it down.
For sure.
Okay, second question.
Yeah.
So calling me your star, your guest, whatever. I'm curious now. Have you seen my work?
I've seen it.
We have to do some research.
We have to do some research. We have to look at your Twitter.
Yeah,
see
okay.
it.
Twitter.
That's what I-
machine
You
shop.
see him in
Some
Twitter, and
stuff.
you get busy. We
we
understand.
see it.
Yeah,
We
Okay.
understand.
I'm not scared.
I'm definitely not scared. No, as a journalist,
I might come on your show with my mask on and show my tattoo. I got a belly tattoo. I just got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
Okay, what does it say?
Hey, yo, it's a belly though. You have belly man in your thing? Big belly? Okay, bro. We'll talk.
this guy's he has some other aspirations in life, as you can see.
Well, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm what they call the most interesting man in the world. Like, you know, I like to dabble in a little bit of everything.
gonna
I
say
do
you
portaging with my white friends. I fucking play dice with my hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit of everything on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, maybe we can, you know, set something up after. And, no pressure. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving forward.
Are you into sports or anything like that?
No, I like the players though.
Like the players. Okay. All right. So, what player do you think describes your sex life then?
Like, who are you
sex
in the NBA? Like, are you
NBA.
LeBron James?
She
I have
knows
no
who the
idea.
players. She knows the players. So
I don't know the players. I don't know like the like the players are, but I know if they. That's not what it meant.
When you said, I'm like, yo,
The
she knows the
players
players.
like
I'm wow.
me, and I like them back.
Okay. I don't think she. I took me a second to catch on there.
Yeah.
The light bulb went on.
So, how many players are in your deal?
Yeah, let's go there now.
Like, how many? So what's going on?
We have to give names, you know. We can say it.
No, give me a name, man. Give me a name.
Big names.
Come on.
What?
She can give a team, fam. She can give a team.
We're on TV,
I
man.
am a
You trying to
team
promote the man?
player,
Oh,
okay?
you're a team player. Okay.
So hold on.
I rated. I have to test the release. I have to test-
Term, like, so have we done a team?
No, but I wanted to. I wanted to. So
A whole team?
Like
Which
10,
team? Which team?
10 years
Which
ago,
team?
I
Which
met a
team?
player off of the freaking CFL.
You wanted to do a CFL
No,
team?
But this was like
Can you tell us the
probably
team?
more than 10 years
Can
ago.
you tell us the
I
team?
was like 18 or something.
Can you tell us the team?
It was the CFO. It was the Toronto. It was the Argonauts or whatever.
okay.
And I was linked with one of the players, and like we were talking or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, so what if we get like how many people are on your team?" And he told, I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "So what if we do like 500 from like each person?" Wow. But it was never like a serious like.
That would have been Guiza.
Yeah.
You hearing that? 500 times 60?
No, it wasn't 60. I think he said like 30.
Oh, 30 mans that were willing. But on a
No,
football
but there's
squadron,
really,
there's
like,
60
60?
players.
Yeah.
53 on a finished roster, and then you will keep a couple more for practice squad.
Really?
Yeah. So you
Okay,
have like
because I don't
75
think it
players
was.
in
It
total.
Wasn't like 60. When I did the math, I was like, well.
No, that's just the crew that chills with each other within the team.
Well, and it wasn't all like one time. I was like, if we like just get everyone to like pitch this money, then like
You'll just pull up and just run the tape.
no, I'll.
Where did this all start?
Uh,
No. Because you're talking about you were a church girl growing up.
I didn't say that.
Well, you grew up in a family with people that are big in the church, but you didn't have.
We weren't big in the church.
Stepdaddy. You hear that?
Stepdaddy. So what was that like growing up? Like, was it rough? Was it, you know? Because you're a success story regardless. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of talk to girls right now that might be going through a tough situation and can do this the safe way and come out on top and fucking, you know, be flying all across the world, living your life however you want, make your own hours, bang, 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 right?
I say like
Wanting to get into the industry.
So 18.
one thing if I'd say to the girls that like young girls, whatever, is
Right.
don't be like me. Like what? Try everything else first.
Okay, why?
Please.
Why?
Well, I didn't just turn 18 and want to do this.
Okay. So how did it happen?
My mom doesn't have a lot of money. It was me and my mom, and
Okay.
I was working full time and going to college. I was making something like $1,400 or maybe like $1,700 a month.
Right.
And when you're paying off like school debt and like trying to help your mom, I found out my mom spent like $50K trying to get like money from my dad, and my dad said he was going to keep her in court for as long until her money ran out.
So divorce, when did that happen? What age?
Basically, I grew up, I discovered how much life costs, and I wanted to help, and I didn't want help from
Okay.
elsewhere. So then I was like, oh, that's why, like,
So were you like trapping in the streets first? Like were you
No,
like,
she was
you know,
working.
like
She's a good girl, 9 to 5.
no, but like when did you change from like regular life to like the streets?
full-time manager at PetSmart, and I was a personal support worker.
And then when did you say fuck that?
When I found out that my mom spent all like $50K and whatever, and I was like, Mom, please, like,
Don't ever do that
And then
again.
After that, you're just like,
We don't
oh.
need,
Yeah,
we
then you're
don't
like,
need
yo,
help.
I gotta figure out a
got
way.
this.
So like, did you start dancing?
what advice do you give to fans that are trying to be in relationships with porn stars? Like, because at the end of the day, this is every man's dream. She's jumping. She wants to jump into the conversation. So, from your point of view, I don't know you. I've seen you from across the world. And I'm like, this is the girl of my dreams. I don't care if the next man's backing her down and I'm watching it. I want to marry her. I want to be with her. This is me. I'm freaky too. Let's do this, right?
Well,
How do I get your attention, first of all? How do I develop that relationship once I get there? Like, let's break it down for these guys, because a lot of them probably have good intentions, but they just, you know, they see you and they're like, suck my dick. You know, they don't know how to get it across. How would you teach those guys to kind of...
Well,
Their
one,
magic.
a lot of people like treat us like we're just like horny and like ready to like throw down at any minute. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter when. Like,
Right.
yeah, just you haven't showered, cool, like just ready to go 100% of the time. It's not it. Like, we're people.
You're a human. You have a heart. No.
Yeah, like also we're probably cleaner and like more like aware and a little bit more like OCD about certain things than the average person as
Right.
well. So like, come correct. But also, you have to have a lot of money. I would say for most of us, kind of, or you just have to like know us. Like treat us like you've known us beforehand, because
Well,
It's
I know
hard
you. I
to-
know you now. You know.
you have to know us to, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
like, you have to meet. If you're just someone on the internet and you're like, where do I catch her? Can I just send this like magical DM? It's never going, what do I say? Like, these words are gonna do it? No, it's
But
never
most
gonna
men believe you miss 50% of the or 100% of the
So-
shots you don't take, right? That's the thought process. So it's
you
like,
got-
if you don't try, you don't ever know.
You got money. You gotta find you. They gotta meet you some way, somehow, in person.
Time and place.
So now you're saying that, like, what if they go kind of stalker mode? Does that scare you or no?
yeah.
They gotta go a little stalker mode a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Then after.
Have you ever had a stalker?
Have I ever had a stalker?
I've had 3 stalkers.
Yeah, I've had a stalker before.
Because, okay, I'm going to get intimate right now. I'm a black man, right?
And
I didn't know.
Ultimately,
right?
at one point in my life, I had 5% body fat. I was fetishized. You know what I'm saying? I was living downtown.
Were you a
Girls-
personal trainer?
No, I was just, you know, I was making money. You know, I threw a party. I threw like a really big party in the city. So there was a lot of girls around all the time. We had Drake and Kanye in our party. So we had a lot of notoriety at one point, right? So I had a girl and she was down with a lot of stuff. So it was kind of crazy. And then at one point, there was this one girl who would be outside of my condo every day at 3 o'clock. And she'd stay there till 9 o'clock calling my phone. I used to get like 356 text messages and like calls until my phone would die.
And you wouldn't call the police?
But see, that's what I'm trying to say. So at the end of the day,
That's what- he
you have
started
to
his
play
story.
it tough at first, right? You're like
has to start his
cussing
story
them,
like
you
that,
cussing
though.
them out on the phone. Don't call my fucking phone, you know?
You know?
Yeah.
This is real things.
Yeah.
You're like, don't call my fucking phone, you dumb bitch. And hang up, right?
Yeah.
But then after a while, when you see that's not working, you call one of your white virgins and you're like, yo, what should I do? And they're like, call the cops, dog. What do you mean? You should have called them 2 days ago. So I eventually called the police, and this is exactly what they did. They're like, we're going to call her on 3-way. This is the cops with me on the phone. And I'm not a snitch, but I had to save my life.
At a certain point, when
No, I
it
wasn't
gets
snitching,
weird,
fam. Like,
when
I
it
can't,
gets
if I box this
weird-
thing, I'm going to jail. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's entrapment. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take my red card out. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, call the Boydom. The Boydom's like, yo, let's call her on 3-way, right? The Boydom call her. They're like, yo, this is Toronto police. We had a call from so. They said that's, you know, you're, you know, committing harassment and blah, blah, blah. She hung up the phone. I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
Right? So I get that, but at the end of the day, you kind of want to be like, you know, I did it myself.
Yeah.
Especially as a man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Fam,
I can only
honestly-
imagine. I can only imagine.
No, I've had a stalker, but I can't share a story. He was just really weird. It was really weird, and he didn't know where I lived, but he was just. I met him once, and I was just like, oh my god, this is how I die. I just have to like chill with him until I'm ready to go, and when I go, just never again. And yeah. Still emails me like to this day. Finally I figured out how to block an email.
How? Teach the people.
You can block an email. For a long time I didn't think you could. And yeah.
That's really all.
Yeah.
So you
soccer's
spent a
cool.
weekend and then all of a sudden it was just like weird.
No.
So it was just like you guys were building, or like.
No, let's just not go there.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. All right. So obviously, there's people out there who pay for sex. Obviously, it's sometimes looked up down upon. Sometimes it's applauded in certain groups. Would you say it's worse for a man to pay for pussy or a woman to pay for pussy?
I don't think it's bad either way.
Yeah.
No.
You think it's good?
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Okay.
No, because there's this
You're tricking one way or another. You're either buying her food and gifts and
No,
like
but we're saying
dates
that.
and stuff like that.
Or
Spit
you
that game, spit
save
that
the
game.
time.
And just get or you just like, I mean, I like to be wined and dined. I like to go to fancy restaurants. I like gifts. And I like men that do those things.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, you like to be wined and dined. What is one of your favorite things to do within a relationship?
I don't know, try new stuff, go new places, new food. I like to go out and eat, try new restaurants.
So you're a big
I'm
foodie.
Super foodie, yeah.
What kind of food do you like to eat then?
I like everything. There's like very little that I will not eat as long as it's not alive.
So one
I
food
will
you
at
will
least
never eat.
try- I
Will
will
you
at
eat the
least try
goop
it.
scoop in India?
What?
The goop scoop?
I
You
don't
know
know
those
what the fuck-
Indian food videos you see on Instagram? You'll eat that?
That they like make with their food.
With
Their
their
hands?
hands and their
With their
fucking
hand?
wash their hand in it and pull it back out and
No, if they did it in a clean way, probably. Like if it's all those same ingredients just done in a hygienic.
I
Manner.
don't know if I could ever do it still.
I don't know what it is, but I would at least taste it. Maybe. I don't know what it smells like. Everything like.
So you have the iron gut. You've never had a like situation where you had to like leave a situation because it was just like this food is too much for me.
Oh no.
So yeah, 'cause you
I
said-
didn't say I have an iron gut.
But you said
I
you would
said
eat
I will
everything.
eat anything. I will at least try it, and a lot of times I regret it. Like
Okay. So
No.
what is a food that you regret eating?
recently,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle. One of my Asian friends got me some Chinese soup that was like supposed to help me heal and whatever. And I'm really sorry, but yeah, no, I just couldn't. There was one that was okay, but one of them was just I have no idea what was in that.
that made it that way.
But I was like, I'd rather like drink oil of oregano over that. Yeah.
Drink.
So did it smell raw? Like was there something? Was it the smell? Was it that's something that was in it that tasted funny, or just the
It was
broth
like
was off?
super fish.
Super.
Yeah, and I like fish. Like
But
it
it's
was-
just the raw overpowering
I know
raw
it
smell.
wasn't
just like,
raw, but it was just like the taste because it wasn't even the smell.
Can you explain to us what a porn shoot is like? Is it, you know, like a movie setup, or is it just like an iPhone and a ring light? Like,
Mainstream, it's like a movie shoot. Like they got the big cameras, the lights, and they have multiple people and they have multiple cameras and little shoots, like shoots, not little shoots, but like shoots that independent like creators will set up with each other. It depends on how much you guys want to put into it. Like you can get a cameraman. Been in LA and we've hired a cameraman. I've also done like just me and one other person and a ring light with a phone, like not even touching it. I've done POV. There's POV people that like I've done POV videos with. It's just this phone holding a small light next to it. But I've also done POV shoots where it's a full like rig with a light.
Like, one of these things. Oh
Oh my gosh, Mr. Lucky is talented.
the rig fam,
is
this guy's the
talented.
man,
And he's
yo.
doing-
Like almost like a back
Yo,
bend
loud, you
kind
hearing
of.
this? The man does the porn with the rig, the
like
whole
a back-
fucking
Yeah.
the gimbal.
A back bend, like it's
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, big up to Loud, yo.
That's crazy.
the video turns out fire though. He's
putting a lot of effort,
He's,
it sounds
he's
like,
a big
definitely.
creator, yeah.
So
That's
Jesse talked
crazy.
about that. Like porno stars have to be flexible. So he's definitely showing his flexibility by doing that type of shit. All right.
Ingenuity.
You to give some more advice to the men out there. How can a guy tell when a woman is faking it?
You can't.
Oh my god.
No, come on. There has to be something that gives it away.
She said different, yo. You're lying. She totally said different.
It depends on how good you are at faking it. Like,
You can't tell. The pussy tells you. The pussy tells you still.
Well,
it's
tell
your
you.
girl, you should be able to know. If you
Been
Even
dating
if it's
that
not your
girl
girl.
whatever, you should be able to know. If it's the first time you've been with a girl, you won't.
Yo.
The pussy will tell you. When the pussy starts doing all types of Fruit Loops and tricks and bang bangs and this, that, it'll tell you, man. It'll
So
tell
I'm
you.
saying, like, so you don't.
It'll tell you. She could even be quiet as a mouse, but you might hear this. That means she's fucking gone. Yeah, I'm telling you, dog.
So
You know?
is he
Whatever.
Is he kind of like?
He's right. Like, yeah,
He's
like
right.
if your pussy just naturally gets like super wet and like creamy and all that, like whatever, I don't know, you're probably doing something right. Like,
Pussy don't lie. Pussy don't lie.
it's-
It'll
it's-
dry
it's
right
in the
up.
pussy.
It'll dry right up.
I mean, I've met some girls who are just like 100% the time, like they're just super wet. Like,
It's not always about the wetness, though. It's like
So what is it
that's
about?
what I'm saying. If
That is your girl.
Sometimes
You
you
should
hit
be
the
able to
back of
tell.
the pom pom and it just grip starts doing certain
Yeah,
things.
it grips and, whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting deep on this one. I'm sorry. Literally and figuratively. Yeah.
if you did a good job, my body will like twitch after.
Exactly.
See? So there's certain physical, scientific.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't think I can like recreate that twitch like
No.
to that.
No.
Hold on. What does a 1-2 fake look like? Show me that again.
Show me a fake. Let's hear a fake real quick on the mic for the death.
What is
I
a
want to hear a
fake one?
fake. Let's hear a fake.
No.
Come on, man. We're on the show. This is content.
A fake what?
Just orgasm. Fake orgasm. Come on, I'll act with you. I'll role play, okay? All right, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Keep going. Yeah, take that big dip. Take that
That's why I
big
was
dip.
laughing.
Why I had to take a breath first.
Keep going. At least 20 more seconds. No? Okay, fine.
Like, where is this going? This is not going on YouTube. This is not going on Instagram.
We just wanted to know what, she gave us enough. We got enough.
So we got the fake twitch. You got the little shoulder lean there, and then you got the fake moan.
But she said she can't really fake the real Twitch.
She said she couldn't fake it. But
Like
she said
long-
sometimes
like I'll
she
do
might do
like
a little
a-
one shoulder nudge,
That's how
Like,
you know.
Yeah,
Joe,
like the
shoulder
whole
lean.
body won't go kind of thing. But
So give it a half.
yeah,
What would you say your hottest quality is?
my looks bring you in, but my personality definitely keeps you.
Right.
My like how relaxed I am, I guess.
True.
Like comfortable. I've been told by like everyone I'm very like comfortable, whatever. Like they are comfortable around me.
You're a thinker. I like that too.
That's dope.
So what's your most famous scene in the industry? If they
Oh,
search you
were
up?
you talking about my head? Was that like a lead up?
No. We weren't sure.
But you want to tell us
That's like your best
Quality.
best skill. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
I love how you guys are just trying to steer the conversation to sex, and we're just like trying to have a conversation. You're like, you need sucking dick? Sucking dick, right? If you want to, yeah. I mean,
Is that like okay? So then let me ask you. It's a twofold. Then what is your best skill in the game, and what is your most famous scene to date?
What's your
like top porn category. Like if I search porn categories and your face pops up first, bang, first video.
So yeah, first your best skill, most famous video.
I think like what I'm known for, my best skill is like my throat. Obviously and my boobs, but
You're
like
a throat goat.
Yeah, boobs.
okay?
I like to blow bubbles.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means?
I know what it means.
I don't
It means, yo, this is what it means, and let me break it down to you. Let me break
I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you.
Soul.
I want her to tell me. I don't want her to tell me. It needs to sound sexy. It's gonna sound scary from you, dog. Like, so what does blowing bubbles mean?
Pause. When you get like really like
sloppy with it, then it bubbles cut like, and you're blowing and whatever. That
So it means she don't need no hawk too.
yeah.
She don't need that.
No, it just kind of falls out.
It's
They're organic.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blowing bubbles.
Shit.
I'm like, oh, you guys are blowing bubbles on camera. That's so nice. Like, all right. So then, what's your most favorite scene?
My most like well-known scene.
Yeah.
I went viral
Like,
on
yeah,
Pornhub with Lil D. That was like not even a year after I started, and yeah, the day before Valentine's Day, I had a girlfriend call me and
Does Little D come to Toronto? Because we would like him on the show. Pause. Like, this guy claps out from like he's famous. Little D. Like, because like I know girls in the industry. Like, you guys aren't the first industry girls I've met, but at the end of the day, everybody's like, I'm gonna go check Lil D in Miami. I'm gonna go check Lil D in Miami. Like, that's like is that like a stepping stone to like making it, kind of?
it can help, yeah. If you like play your cards right, kind of like just having one scene with him, like it's not gonna do anything if you don't do your work. Right. Like if you don't make it work for you, like you still have to be like consistent and whatever. And it really depends because like I've seen like not all of his videos go viral. It wasn't because of him why the video went, but and it was because I was with 4 or 3 other girls who I have carefully hand selected a friend group who all have natural large chests, and we did a hot other than Jesse.
Shout outs, man.
Yeah, no, great. It's not. It's just like my fans have a type. Like they don't mind.
But we're saying the stars that you did it with, you got to shout them out right now. Like,
Oh yeah, Rixia, Louise, and was Alexa there? Yeah, Alexa was there. Yeah, Rixia, Louise, and Alexa.
Shout him out.
bang, 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 pew, pew, pew.
Hey, besties.
so that was like your highest.
We did a hot tub stream on TikTok. That went viral. That went like crazy viral. And because of that, that same night we got out of the hot tub after like 2 hours. We go inside and my TikTok I had made like $1,000 on. We had each one of us had made like $1,000 in subscriptions, just subscriptions, and all of our subscriptions are like $5. In those like 2 hours, we all came inside and we're like, "What the hell?" Like,
You know?
2 days later, I start trending on Pornhub because I was the only one in the group that had my name was on Pornhub. So, and it was what they could find. And Little D had posted that video like a month before, so that video just went. And then the next day,
So hold on, you're telling me you're trending on like 3 different platforms at once?
that's how you
go viral.
it starts somewhere and it
And
spreads.
it spreads every
So one of my
platform.
girlfriends calls me and is like, "Girl, I just like went to like rub one out this morning, and I go to Pornhub, and like your name is the first one there, and your picture is your face is right there
Yeah. What was the picture? What was the picture?
of me and Lil D." And I was like, and she's like, "I'm so proud of you." I was like, "Thanks." I go take a picture, but I'm like, "Oh my god."
That's like the real equivalent to like a rapper though. Like if you think about it, like you put out your content, that one blows, and now you're on, and now
I'm not meaning to talk shit about Lil D, but he doesn't put
the work into it.
the lighting and like stuff like that.
Just like come to the crib.
it
really was. It was just coming. I was very comfortable around him.
Bro, get this thing on my shoulder.
I enjoyed my time.
I'm with him up until the last time. But anyways,
So how many dates was this with Lil D? How many instances?
I've like 6 videos with him or something. Yeah, but that was the first one.
And the last time I saw with you, you're like, what happened?
I went on his reality show. It was a bad decision on my part. It really wasn't anything to do with porn. So
It's just like people cussing each other in the house.
I shouldn't have gone on that shit. That's not my type of stuff. If I knew it was gonna be like that, I wouldn't have gone. So
That's funny.
That's fucked.
yeah, which is naive on my part. I should just
You're not a fighter then?
no.
Okay.
I was running around like Brick from Anchorman, like loud noises. If it benefits me, I'll pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a real businesswoman right there. You know, a real woman. She knows what time it is. Take care and get things done. I like that.
Well, and I don't want like while I'm in the industry, I've never wanted a relationship. Like now that I've been in the industry for a little while, I had like one. But when I started the industry because of started shooting and like I went hard with OnlyFans because of a breakup. So I was just like,
Wow.
I'm a ruin Pornhub for you, and
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorn. Jesus Christ, Shakespeare. This girl said, yo, you broke up with me? Yeah?
no, I didn't break up with me, but
Oh, you dumped him
yeah,
because he cheated.
he did some foul shit. But yeah, he cheated, but he used my money to buy a girl a ring and got her
Pregnant a month after.
meeting her, and like
Crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. That's some super.
I would
Honestly,
just,
thank you though.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I needed that.
Actually rubs her diamond bracelets,
Yeah.
you know? She's like, yeah, thank you so much, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay, that one scarred you.
Yeah.
But what was the most romantic thing you've ever done for a man?
For a man?
Because you like romance, wine and dine, you like that. So have you ever done that for a man since you're, out here buying trips and shit?
No, but I give it like threesomes and whatever. I buy gifts and I take trips.
buy gifts, take trips, and threesomes. Mm-hmm. These are all very romantic gestures.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta know I'm doing my job too.
Oh, and I give really good massages.
Really good massage.
Yeah.
I just got my RMT.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
really?
I'm nasty with it too.
way.
Yeah, I'm a nice girl.
Okay, that's my love language.
Yo, you gotta relax. Average scenes a week. How many like scenes would you say you do? Like, let's say it's like a work week. We're at like XBiz, or AVNs or whatever, and I'm gonna go in hard. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go raw. I'm gonna do all this fucking shit. I'm gonna bust it up for the weekend. How many scenes are we doing in 3 days?
So because I'm so ADHD, I don't usually like keep track, but I try and do as many as possible. I've done up to probably like 4 scenes in a day, but I think the most that I can like remember was the girls' trip when we went to
Girls trips are always the worst.
We did
Girls
like
trips,
yeah.
don't trust the girls trip, dog. Don't trust it, dog.
No, but it was
You
all
hear
through.
this?
Jesse is our resident.
like
No, I'm talking to the mandem though. Like, don't trust the girl trip. Don't. She says girl trip. You say no. I'm going with you. Let's
but
do
we
a
didn't- we
honeymoon
didn't-
There were
trip.
no guys there.
But I'm just trying to say in general. Like, if
You
I'm
guys
dating a thing and she's like, yeah, let's go on. I got a girls trip coming up. I'll be like,
Your girl's not allowed to have sex with her girl without you.
oh, well, I mean, am I on FaceTime? What I'm saying? I'm not, I'm not controlling or anything, but like, I want to at least know like the vibe's the vibe. No one likes a surprise.
Come back with
So that's your way of showing romance is like threesomes, trips, gifts. I feel that still.
Gift giving. That's a real like, love language for real.
I pebble.
You what? What'd you call that?
It's like an autistic trait or whatever that like when you
Autistic traits you're calling all? Hold on.
okay. So if someone tells you like that they once liked like they really like something. I don't know. And golf, whatever. So then like whenever you see something like, oh, I bought you this, and it's like a little like golf ball or whatever. Like
I thought of you. I thought of you.
Pimpin'. That's
Whatever
pimpin'.
Out of
you
you.
dive.
No, that's
dive
pimples.
for
That's pimples. You're a groomer. You grooming. No, you just explain grooming to a T. Then you get whatever you want.
I don't often get denied
See?
from what I want.
Grooming. Subtle,
Mm-hmm.
but fly. I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But does it get taxing at some point? Like, do you ever feel like at some point you're just gonna be like, I just don't want to be in this anymore. I just don't want to be.
Damn, she has a past
Yeah.
her plan, bro.
Yeah.
No, like, what do you think the shelf life is? Because
Like-
Well, I kind of like after my like last like after the cancel experience, that was when I was like, and I kind of toned it down. I haven't worked with that as many people or whatever because I just like the internet is what's gonna ruin it, not the working with other people and
hold
stuff.
on, are you a porn purist?
What?
Are you like the internet's ruining porn? Are you like, you know?
No, the people on the internet, like the people on Twitter, like the
Like, kind of
Just everybody who thinks they're a porn star, basically. Like,
no, just
The
the
everyday common person, the judgment, the negative
right,
judgment.
yeah, it's cancel culture. And like stuff like that, everything like you have to be very, very careful what you say, words you use, and
Yep.
not to offend anyone nowadays. Like, and you can have the best intentions, especially on Twitter. You can have the best intentions, but they are gonna twist your words. Like if
No matter what,
if
no
it's
matter
on
what.
today's agenda that we don't like you,
jeez.
yeah.
Especially
So-
if you're like, if you dip and dabble into a topic that's like quote unquote the cancel topic at the time, the minute you agree with it,
Yeah.
you're like the worst person on earth.
Yeah.
What 6 months later,
Yeah,
your same
no one
opinion
remembers
will be
it.
like, no, but the worst part is that same opinion that you may have 6 months later will be like the popular opinion, and you were just like
Oh, yeah.
in trouble for thinking that.
Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, right? Does social media not lock you in like a time scope of like age 12 to 16?
Kind
Like it just doesn't
There's
let
very-
you leave that. Like even if you follow people
the mature
that
comments are not the
have
ones
like
that go
mature
viral.
pages that are doing all of this shit, like mental health and all this shit, it just kind of always stems in the same circle.
Like I
and it
said,
just
it's-
never stops, you know? So it's just like,
when
you know, like
When you ask me,
about the Gucci third leg situation or
Right.
whatever, I'm like, it is so much easier to use something negative to go viral, to get your 15 minutes of fame, to like
it's like high school.
get that, all those views equal to money. So if you have somewhere that they have to click and pay for, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you go viral, you're going to make money. So, yeah.
Have you ever had a co-star that couldn't get erect, and did you finish the scene? Mm-hmm. You just did it with the softie?
so
You know, I
There's
didn't
one
want to
where
ask
like
that
you
question.
like
though.
take a break. Take a break. There's ones where, and then it's fine after a second or whatever. Heat will do it to you. Cold will do it to you. Some people have nerves. If like they don't feel like you're actually
Into it.
into it,
You go.
can affect them. So like if like, cause my thing is like when I'm shooting, I like to be able to see myself because then like I can like really like concentrate on like making like a like faces, eyes and smile and how my body is and like
Right, right,
whatever, right? But that means I'm not paying attention to you, like the guy kind of thing. So yeah,
Enough people get puff belly when they start breathing heavy. Do you know what puff belly is? Puff belly is like a thing where you're like your abs inflate because it knows that a lot of oxygen is coming in and out of your body. So like you could have abs, it doesn't matter, but you could get puff belly because you're just breathing heavy. So
I have
that's,
seen
I guess now that you mention it. But no, we almost always like, unless it's like from the very start. And I think that's only maybe ever happened like once. And I think that was probably like, it was a threesome thing and it was a girl's boyfriend, not like a male, like a male like performer. And then we
froze
ended
up.
up just like, it's okay. Like me and the girl will just do something and
you can watch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold the camera.
All right, so we like to ask this question. Everybody either wears a mask at work or in their regular life. Where do you wear the mask?
At work.
At work. Work is not the real you. Like when you're in scenes and shit, that's not you.
My best friend, my godsons, my family or whatever, like when you like, other than my sister, because my sister's in both lives or whatever, like when they like see me like online or whatever, they're like, that is so like not the person that I see every day. And I'm like, yeah, because I mean, when I'm not in work mode or going out, I am a minimalist. Like I like to just like hair up and no makeup and yeah.
All right.
Watching Netflix. Watching, what did you say? The From?
Okay. So shout out your socials to the people
So they
can know where to find you.
So it's Aria_6 SIX on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. All right. And big up Mr. Let's at Mr. Let's Party. OG MacG, quadruple E. And that's a wrap. Like and subscribe. 3 balaclavas everywhere you go. Done know. Big up the set. Get your chest checked.
Production.